thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
La veine.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Super.
Huh? Kainari, what are you doing here? Where's Kale?
Ouais, elle est où?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Ah. Comment ça?
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself.
Ah, d'accord.
I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
Évidemment.
So, Kainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
D'accord. Bah allons-y. Ah là-bas. Oh, avec un défi, je l'avais pas vu celui-là. Bon bah c'est pas grave.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we?
Pas de problème.
To be
Alors.
honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma.
Ah, bah dis donc, les nouvelles vont vite.
So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Kainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
C'est comme une calcification, quoi, en gros.
That sounds terrifying.
C'est terrible.
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Ah,
Correct.
d'accord.
That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar.
Pas cool ça.
Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after
Donc en fait c'est encore pire.
And said they had a cure.
C'est encore pire en fait. Ils ont manipulé sa mère, donc du coup, ah c'est encore pire en fait. Donc c'est bien ça en fait. C'est pas ok, c'est bien ça.
The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation.
Ouais, ça c'est bon.
Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
Dottery. Ouais, celui-là on le connaît effectivement. Il a un passif agressif avec Diluc si vous voulez. Diluc a déjà essayé de le tuer 2-3 fois dans le comics, je crois. Donc.
I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant.
Tu m'étonnes.
Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful. But her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
C'est ça.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
Ouais, bah, pas de souci.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her.
Tu m'étonnes.
Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Oh, bah, j'espère
Don't
pas non
worry,
plus.
Kainari. We'll take good care of her.
Bon, quoi qu'il en soit, dans quel état il se trouve?
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better.
D'accord.
Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her
D'accord.
stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now.
C'est logique, ouais.
All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine.
Ouais.
I'll see you two later.
Ouais, on peut t'accompagner?
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
C'est pas faux.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
D'accord.
Hey,
Eh ben,
Kainari,
allons-y.
where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully mature, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Kainari.
Alors, voyons voir un peu ce que ça fait.
Propagate! Fire hazard!
Attendez, on va rigoler un peu plus là. Oh la vache, mais ça va tellement plus vite avec elle. Ok. La musique est absolument sublime. C'est... Elle est juste impeccable. Elle est magnifique. Oh, waouh. C'est pas trop mon style d'habitude, Mais je... Non. Non, non, non. Là, clairement, pas mal du tout. Alors là, visiblement, je vois des trucs cercles bleus.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could
Okay.
manage to gather 4 of them, that would be... We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the...
Ok. D'accord, donc ça doit être ça.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Ah, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Eh ben, allons-y, c'est parti.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's
Qu'est-ce qui se
going on?
passe?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting an...
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away.
Wait,
Qu'est-ce que
Tainari,
c'est?
why don't you let us help you?
Ouais,
You
c'est
two
quoi
have
ça?
only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering.
La
The
cécité.
affected areas not only
Okay.
cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As
D'accord.
Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it.
Ouais, sauf que le truc c'est que je sais déjà
But you
contrôler
don't
les
seem
éléments.
to carry a vision.
Ouais, et
Don't
alors?
worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
Tu m'étonnes.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me.
Tant
We
mieux.
typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Mais c'est cool. Un cours en... Une classe découverte. Classe nature et découverte. C'est parfait. Alors, oh oui. Oh, c'est pas beau, effectivement.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash.
Vache.
Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
Ouais, je
That
comprends.
is the Withering. All
D'accord.
right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved.
Ok, c'est
Thank
parti.
you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing after all. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It
Ok,
could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go.
c'est parti. Je suis chaud. Je suis prêt. C'est parti.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Scatter!
Ah, changement de personnage impossible. Merde. Alors, il y a un truc que je veux vérifier. Parce que... c'est tout ce que ça fait en fait, c'est juste j'inflige des dégâts dans le gros. Ah, c'est vraiment la compétence de base quoi. Tendre qu'un homme et attaquer avec une attaque. Ah, c'est ça. Ok. Enfin... D'accord. Aouh!
Spring forth! Scatter!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Waouh!
Propagate!
Aïe 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 aïe. Ah si, ça y est, je peux enfin changer de personnage. Pouh.
Ready, steady, go!
Ouah, saloperie.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
Merde, j'ai claqué mon truc dans mon Dendrocernum. fait, il fallait juste appuyer sur la touche. Bon, bah...
Did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Je suis pas convaincu.
Mary, you make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Ah,
Huh? Well, why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar
donc la
cases are being
cécité
reported for
aggraverait
patients
les...
with other conditions.
La cécité accroîtrait les maladies?
No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
Ça me dit quelque chose, mais...
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground, all the way up to the surface.
D'accord.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of
D'accord, donc en
Irminsul.
gros, ah oui, ils sont vraiment liés à la nature, mais c'est les porteurs de l'œil divin d'Andro. Ils sont connectés encore plus profondément à la nature en fait, on s'en rend pas compte.
And as for
Waouh,
the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it.
Ah bon?
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found.
Yeah, mais...
That's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Très bonne idée. Bon. Et moi, ce que je vais faire, c'est de... J'hésite. Est-ce qu'il serait pas temps pour moi de commencer... Parce que... Quand je regarde, là j'ai un truc, j'ai un point de TP ici, ça serait quand même assez pratique pour moi. Et puis même plus tard, ça me sera quand même vachement pratique. Peut-être à la fin de la vidéo, je ferai une pause et je commencerai à faire de l'exploration à fond. À fond dans l'exploration et on verra à ce moment-là, je pense. Le monstre qui reconnaît, il peut s'attaquer. D'accord, ok. Ah donc en gros ils ont des boucliers maintenant les monstres qui sont là-dedans. Ah ouais, bah super, merci, sympa. Vous savez quoi, j'allais récupérer le... Hop, le point de TP qu'il y a là-haut. plutôt que de me taper des masses d'aller-retour H24, j'ai plutôt essayé de faire en sorte que bah, je sois plutôt tranquille. À mon avis, il doit y avoir des dendrogéranums là-haut, et il va falloir que j'aille les récupérer. Et c'est pas pour me faire plaisir, malheureusement. Ah. Bon, de toute façon, je m'en doutais bien. Je me doutais bien que ça allait se faire comme ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qui es-tu? Ah, d'accord. Ça va me mener par là-bas. Ok, super. Bon. Bah, je verrai ça plus tard. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Examiner. C'est le truc à récupérer. Là, on a du minerai de fer. Je suis content. Du minerai de fer blanc, du minerai de fer classique. Ok, ça c'est cool. Hop, allez. Allez, le point de TP, il est par où? Il est par là-bas. Ce sera quand même vachement plus pratique. Et là, du coup, on avait le gouffre qui était là-bas. Ouais. Eh ben, ça promet de bonnes... Putain, ça va me faire des heures de jeu, ça encore. Oh. Ah ouais, mais j'aurais aucun regret. On y est.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that?
Oh!
Oh no, Hypatia!
Est-ce que...
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
Qu'est-ce qui
This
se passe?
dustbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, d'accord.
Oh, her? How could we...
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation.
D'accord.
She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
D'accord.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to
J'imagine
say,
que ça devait
Hypatia's
pas
been
être beau.
through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible.
D'accord.
I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like...
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Parfum frais.
Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy?
Tout à fait.
Wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine.
D'accord.
And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious?
C'était pas des hallucinations, pas vrai?
That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you.
Bon, tu m'as pas menti.
Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat.
Ouais,
My
effectivement.
forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me,
Y a pas de
it was
problème.
part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru.
Y a pas de souci.
Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you.
Bon, ok, mais qu'est-ce que c'est? C'était quoi?
When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Ermin's soul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Ermin's soul itself.
Ah ouais.
I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Ermin's soul,
Oh.
just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
C'est vrai.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment.
D'accord. Bon, bah, si vous le dites. On n'oublie pas que derrière, il y a un petit vieux, quand même, qui a dû tout entendre. Ouais, bon, d'accord, et du coup...
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
D'accord.
Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have.
D'accord.
No,
Bah, merci.
I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Bah, pas de soucis.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Alors, par où je vais passer? Du coup, ça veut dire que là, doit y avoir un truc, c'est ça? Doit y avoir un morceau d'androgranum dans le coin qui va me permettre de réparer la statue et de l'activer. Et d'ici là, en fait, il faut que j'arrive à le trouver. Ok, bah pas de souci.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Mhm. Qu'est-ce que... Ah bah... Oh oh oh! Qu'est-ce que c'est? Mais c'est trop cute! C'est quoi ces petites bébêtes? Oh, j'en veux une dans la sérénité hier. Qu'est-ce que...
There you are. Hypatia, are you all right?
Oh, so hungry. Eat water.
La famille, elle est...
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try finding some water first. Huh? Wait. Why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Anyway, let's go look
Ouais. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? What the f...
How things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we?
Calme-toi, calme-toi.
Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Très bonne idée. Mais on fera ça au prochain épisode. Allez. Oh là là là. Allez. À la prochaine tout le monde. Oh là 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 là. Eh ben... Ça promet.